Good morning to you, friends. At 6 o'clock on this Thanksgiving Eve, you can see what you're waking up to. The weather system's moving across the country, bringing to our area rains that could make Thanksgiving travel a headache for folks hitting the roads or the skies at some point today. We've got team coverage this morning with Courtney Williams live at the Baton Rouge Metro Airport. We'll check in with her in just a minute, but we start here in the studio with meteorologist Ashley Ruiz, who's keeping an eye on the forecast and our live traffic conditions. Ashley, we've been listening to the rain fall heavily here at the station. What's going on the radar?
We have a line of showers and thunderstorms just moving through Baton Rouge Metro as we speak, tracking toward the east, and we could definitely see winds in excess of 30 miles per hour within this line of showers and storms. So you may hear some rumbles of thunder here and there, but we're not seeing much in the way of lightning with this one particular line that's moving through our area. So heads up to Walker or Denham Springs. If you are traveling or about to leave the house, you're going to run into this squall line. So eventually we'll start to see things taper. You can even see on the back edge of this already starting to see some quiet weather behind that. Now this is all in association with a cold front. You can see a few lightning strikes here and there, but they're isolated. So just some plain rain, plain heavy rain, and Lafayette seeing a good bit as well. But once this squall line passes through within the next 2 hours or so, conditions will be much better if you're traveling westbound. If you're traveling eastbound, fortunately this will begin to weaken a good bit once it moves to the east, closer to the Mississippi Gulf Coast and then Florida Gulf Coast and Alabama Gulf Coast and such, but this is still going to impact some drivers if you're traveling along I-12 eastbound, I-10 westbound, or even 55 through Mississippi. So here's kind of a look at some of the airports around the country. No delays as of right now, but we'll keep you posted on that. And check it out, Denver, 1 degree right now after getting hammered by some heavy snow just yesterday. Let's get a check on your traffic if you are just hitting the road. This is 110 northbound at Chippewa. The right lane is the only one that's open, so 2 lanes are currently shut down, as you can see right there. So if you want to seek alternate routes, you can always take Airline if you're headed to the airport. Either way, we'll keep you posted if there are any other reports. Your traffic is sponsored by the Murphy Law Firm. Jaron.
All right, Ashley, many folks will be hitting the roads or the skies as they plan to spend the Thanksgiving holiday with family and friends. Today, NBC Local 33's Courtney Williams live for us at the Baton Rouge Metro Airport with some information on what you need to know before you head out. Courtney, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Jaron. Well, today is definitely one of those busier travel days, as many will be, either hitting the road or taking a plane for that Thanksgiving holiday. Now, according to AAA experts, they say around more than 55 million people will be traveling, whether, again, that's by car or by plane. They say around 50 million will be hitting the roads, and around 4.5 are expected to fly. And they say this is an additional 1.6 million more than traveled compared to last year. And a spokesperson with the Baton Rouge Metro Airport says holiday travel actually takes up less time, and one traveler already has plans once he reaches his final destination.
During the holidays, the security lines are not very long, so it's a lot easier process, and they'll be able to take more time.
I am flying out in the great blue yonder, going to Chicago, have a catering job to do up there, so just going to enjoy some good cool weather and put some of this South in their mouth up there,
So for those on the road today, trips could take as much as 4 times longer as commuters mix with travelers. So you're encouraged to leave a little earlier and, of course, expect heavy traffic as you are on the roadways today, just pretty much all day. So you can definitely stay up to date on air, online, and on our free Be Our Proud app for any tips on traveling for this Thanksgiving holiday. But for now, reporting live here at the Baton Rouge Metro Airport, Courtney Williams, NBC Local 33 News.
All right, Courtney, thank you. At 6:06 now, we have developing news for you this morning. Baton Rouge police on the scene of yet another reported shooting in the capital city. This was the scene just before 4:30 this morning from an apartment complex on Rosenwald Avenue. It's near the intersection of I-110 and Scenic Highway. So far, we have very few other details about the incident, but when we hear more about what happened here, we'll be sure to update you on air and, of course, through our free Be Our Proud app. Taking you out to Livingston Parish, a former Boy Scouts leader remains locked up on a $50 million bond this morning after his arrest on hundreds of child pornography charges. This is Randy Miller Jr. He faces 500 counts of child porn involving children under the age of 13. After the arrest, the Boy Scouts of America issued a statement that reads in part, quote, "We took immediate action to remove this individual and prohibit him from any future participation in our programs." That statement went on to read that these claims are reprehensible and run counter to everything for which the Boy Scouts of America stands, end quote. NBC Local 33's Kennedy Walker talked with neighbors who say they were stunned to find out something like this could happen in their own backyards.
It breaks my heart knowing that people are out there actually fantasizing about children like that.
These pictures show what Crystal Vick woke up to early Tuesday morning after her neighbor, 49-year-old Randy Miller Jr., was arrested by the FBI. Miller was charged with 500 counts of possession of child pornography involving minors under the age of 13.
It's freaky.
Vick says her daughter attends school with Miller's son. According to reports, Miller's arrest was made after a joint investigation with the Louisiana Bureau of Investigation, the Livingston and East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Offices, state police, investigators, and other state agencies. The Attorney General is handling the case and released a statement saying child pornography is a dreadful crime that inflicts lifelong damage to the victims. Vick says because of Miller's arrest, she's forced to explain the situation to her 3 young children and says it hurts that the situation hits close to home.
And I do tell them straight up, you know, there's people out there that look at y'all in a way that's not appropriate. You know, I do tell them that because I want them to be aware of their surroundings.
Kennedy Walker, NBC Local 33 News.
Well, meanwhile, Baton Rouge police are asking for your help this morning as they work to solve nearly a dozen murders that all happened this month. Chief Murphy Paul has assigned more officers to the streets in response to the deadly month, with 3 more murders happening just this past weekend. One lifelong Baton Rouge resident says public safety won't get better unless adults set a better example for children.
They're going to be inquisitive. They want to, you know, try what we're doing. We make it look so fun and so cool, you know, they're going to do that. And it's not what we should be, you know, showing them, but that's just how it goes.
If you know anything about the recent shootings or any of the shootings this month, you're asked to give Crime Stoppers a call. That number 344-STOP, 344-7867. Well, it's 6:09 now, and we have new details related to the 2 deaths linked to vaping in Louisiana. Through a public records request, we were able to learn that those deaths happened in Ascension and Union parishes. A Louisiana Department of Health spokesperson says the names will not be released due to privacy concerns. So far, Louisiana has 32 reports of lung injuries related to vaping. And in your local election headquarters this morning, new numbers from this month's election show voters broke at least one record in deciding to elect Governor John Bel Edwards to 4 more years in office. Political analyst John Couvion says 33% of the vote was cast early, which is an all-time high. Overall, 51% of Louisianians turned up at the polls to cast their votes. Coming up next, how to enjoy your Thanksgiving feast without damaging those healthy eating habits. We'll check in with Carly Lang for this week's Workout Wednesday. Your time now is 6:09 on this Wednesday morning. Much more Local 33 news today coming up right after this.